Hello and welcome to game number 2 of No Tidehunter vs virtus.pro. We have got ourselves a winners bracket match for the Ritmix Russian Dota 2 League, and to give you a bit of more understanding of where we are with this league, I'm gonna just show you the winners bracket real fast. It's gonna be No Tidehunter that beat down Liquid to be getting into this winners bracket match, and virtus.pro, they knocked down Fnatic to the losers bracket. We're gonna be seeing the losers bracket for a quick second just to see what these teams are gonna be up against when they lose this match. Which one? Oh, one of the two is gonna lose. You know, hate to break it to them, but it's gonna happen. They're actually gonna be up against either Mousesports or Rocks. It really depends on who is gonna be winning that match, which is gonna be played tomorrow, by the way. Mousesports versus Rocks KS at 16:30 CET tomorrow. So Tuesday, that is, which is 4:30 CET time. So same time as today was. If you want to find out more about brackets, you can do that at the coverage pages of various websites like JoinDota and GGNet, or Ghost of Gamers that is, and I'm sure you'll be able to find those, and you can find probably more than just the brackets, as I'm only doing the brackets, I'm sorry, no extra coverage from me. But yeah, let's see which one of these two teams is going to be taking game 2 for No Tidehunter. I mean, they're on the brink of getting dropped down because they just lost game number 1, and we're going to be seeing if they can force out a game number 3, or if virtus.pro is going to make it a 2-0, which is, I have to say, quite a feat if they indeed do that. I mean, No Tidehunter, they have been doing so solidly over the last couple of weeks that yeah, virtus.pro, their lineup was just really solid. I have to say though, I mean, the draft was already not really too well, and that's why we see No Tidehunter. They actually banned out the Wisp. They don't want to be fighting against it anymore. With the Chen and the Lone Druid banned out by virtus.pro, again the Chen, and this time they don't pick up the Lone Druid, but they ban it out. The Darkseer banned out as well, and we're gonna have the Coddle and the Nyx and the Batrider still in the pool. All 3 heroes that we saw, or 2 of them we saw banned out previous game, but we're gonna see. Now, of course, it's considered that the Nyx is going to be the strongest of the 3, basically because it's a bit of a counter versus the other 2, versus the Bat and the Coddle, purely because of a spiked Carapace.
5 seconds remaining.
But I don't think virtus.pro is going to care.
I speak for the trees.
And it's going to be a
team pick.
like, they pick up the Nature's Prophet real fast, right? So they're going to leave the Coddle in. Now, is virtus.pro going to pick that Coddle up or not? It kind of, like, Coddle is, of course, a super strong support, and you know, great stuff and all that, but it forces you into a tri-lane because Coddle on himself on a lane with a dual lane is not really that strong. He can't really save someone. He's not really a babysitter because he can't really save someone that's getting initiated on if he's going to be up against an aggressive tri-lane.
10 seconds remaining.
And aggressive tri-lane wise, he doesn't have a lockdown, so he has to have something there. So that is basically what you're going to be up against, or if you're going to be picking him up, you know what you have to do. Even though we have seen various different playstyles, don't get me wrong, it's just a more common playstyle that you indeed go for that tri-lane. And apparently virtus.pro, in doubt if they really want to have that, because they're taking their time into their bonus time to decide if they want to pick it up or if they rather want to go for something else. We have got all the supports still in the pool. I kind of think that they need to pick up at least one support, but we'll find out. I mean, I'm not even gonna call them all because they're actually all still in there. And they pick up the Keeper of Light and they pick up the Lifestealer with that. And we're gonna see what No Tidehunter is gonna be picking up. I mean, they already have got one possible support, Nyx Assassin, though we have seen S4 playing the Nyx as well. Basically, with picking up a Nyx Assassin, you're not giving too much away just yet. Because, you know, you can play multiple roles, and the same thing goes for Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet can go into the jungle, he can go on the offlane, though normally he's a bit of both, depending on how safe that offlane actually is.
5 seconds remaining.
Let's see if No Tidehunter needs some time into their bonus time. virtus.pro, they've already used 1 entire minute almost of their bonus time, while No Tidehunter hasn't used it before now. Their choice is basically, do they want to give away what they're going to be picking up as a carry, or are they going to risk virtus.pro banning out carries? But they're gonna risk it. They pick up the Lina so they can ban out the Leshrac quite safely without forcing virtus.pro to pick up that Lina instead of the Leshrac, and they have therefore got themselves a follow-up stun on both the Nyx Assassin and the Sprout, of course, also. We're gonna be seeing what virtus.pro is banning out. I mean, if you look at No Tidehunter's lineup, there is one clear thing that they're missing, and it is carries. So we're gonna see what they're gonna be banning out. I mean, the Gyrocopter would be a good ban probably, though No Tidehunter has played Gyrocopter mostly as a support. And with the thing that
10
Nyx is still
seconds
unknown
remaining.
for, as if he's gonna be either mid or support,
5 seconds
you might be also
remaining.
a bit, you know, skeptic about maybe banning out some mid laners if you are really not wanting to face a Queen of Pain or something like that. But they ban out a Bane first.
Dire
So
team
still assuming that Nyx might be a mid laner, I mean, they just don't want to risk having to face that that Bane. That is, of course, a shutdown for that Lifestealer with the Fiend script there. Rubik is going to be banned out by no Tidehunter. As I said, Keeper of Light's great support, but he needs a secondary support. So Rubik is the first one. I'm also expecting a Leshrac to still getting banned out, but we'll find out. As the Magnus is the one that no Tidehunter is not going to be able to play on Virtus.pro's Decree. Something that S4 of course love to play. And there goes a Bounty Hunter combination with the Lifestealer. That works out really well if you of course can go scouting out and then ganking at the same time if you are having an infest. And something that is very annoying against the Nyx and the Lina, I guess. I mean, Nyx, of course, because he can't go Vendetta without people seeing him anymore, but Lina also because she's just super squishy and she's gonna be picked off if that Bounty Hunter gets level 6 and Lina is still level 3 or 4. But then again, I mean, we're not even gonna see that because, you know, it's banned out. That's why it's banned. Virtus.pro, thinking about their last ban. Is it gonna be finally a carry, or are they gonna be banning out more heroes that they just don't want to be facing? I mean, figured they would ban out at least either Gyrocopter or something like that. And maybe no Tidehunter's still banning out the Phantom Lancer. But no, they ban out the Undying.
Radiant team pick.
I mean, I know that the Phantom Lancer's not that much chance anymore for Virtus.pro to pick that up. I mean, they can, but it's probably not going to happen. But you know, the fact that it possibly that it's possible would, in no Tidehunter's case, already be scaring me quite heavily. There's a Shadow Demon that's going to be setting up for a nice Light Strike array, and we saw that of course in the previous game as well. Though previous game, I think we saw that on the side of no Tidehunter. So let's see if they can do it better. No Tidehunter picking up the Phantom Assassin. They like to play this one quite a bit, and it's going to be very handy also for chasing down Keeper of the Light and stuff like that, and for getting away from the lasso from the Bat Rider after he lassoed, or even if you can get it before. That's great. And a bit of build-in evasion for that Lifestealer is never bad.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
See what Virtus.pro wants to do with their last one. I kind of think they still want to have their mid laner, unless they're, well, mid or solo laner at least. Bat Rider is of course still in there. That can do either one. We still have the Queen of Pain in the pack. 2 strong ones. But they also might try to go for something like a Storm Spirit, just to go for the Lifestealer bomb a bit more, but in that case Queen of Pain would be fitting really well as well.
10 seconds remaining.
But then again, do you really want a Queen of Pain when someone can just blink right after you with the Phantom Assassin? They don't. They want to have a Brewmaster, so they're going to be having some team fight here that no Tidehunter is not going to be having, and that's going to be interesting because no Tidehunter. I mean, hero for hero. I mean, they look all decent and they have some kind of combinations going for them with the you know, amongst each other, but team fight wise, right now Virtus.pro is topping that one by far. Let's see if no Tidehunter can pick someone up to change the dynamic around a bit. I mean, they've got a trial lane possibly. Depending on what that Nyx is going to do, they still need a mid laner.
5 seconds remaining.
And if Nyx is going to be mid, if Phantom Assassin and Lina are going to be together, then maybe they want to pick up something like an Enigma or something, or maybe even a Tide to go for some team fight. Maybe they really wanted to have that Magnus, but it got banned out, and then their plan failed. I don't know. I don't think we'll ever know. And 1 full minute left for no Tidehunter to think about this. Are they gonna just avoid the Brewmaster, which is also a theory? I mean, you can just, you know, every time you split, just run. It happens. But then again, Brewmaster is a pretty good chasing hero with the splits because he has got a lot of shutdown going for him.
Queen.
And they pick up the Queen of Pain themselves.
Radiant team.
I mean, the Sonic Wave is definitely not bad, and it can help you to burst down the Brewmaster before he can actually split. Especially if you have a setup stun from the Nyx and Alina. Is it gonna be enough? Is the question. kind of interested to see this because both lineups look fairly strong for me. And Batrider's going to be roaming around as soon as he's level 6. Same goes for the Brewmaster, maybe. Oh, Batrider when he's level 6. Actually, when he gets his Blink Dagger, let's just put it that way. And Brewmaster, I mean, when he's level 6 and he finds an opening, he's going to split and he's going to kill you off. Lifestealer is going to continue farming, just like the Phantom Assassin is. With Queen of Pain, it really depends on what kind of build S4 is going to go for when he's going to go aggressive. EGM is a player that likes to roam and is going to definitely do that when he gets his level 6. Well, I say roam, but roaming indicates like you're just roaming. You don't really know where you're going, but you're at least moving around the map. But he's actually going to move around the map to try and looking for a kill, and he will know what he wants to kill before he goes there, I figure. Anyways, let's see who's going to be playing what. It's going to be Admiral Bulldog playing the Nature's Prophet for his team. No real surprise for that one. S4 is going to be on the Queen of Pain with Loda on the Phantom Assassin. Aki with his Lina set once again on the Lina then. And EGM, oh my god, he's got a Nyx Assassin set, and he is going to be indeed playing that Nyx on the top lane, most likely, a safe trial lane for Loda. As, I mean, Phantom Assassin is a great hero, don't get me wrong, but she needs farm. She needs good farm. And that's going to be these two that are going to be having to provide that. In the meantime, we see everybody of virtus.pro already on the bottom lane. It's going to be Airman or Illidan playing the Lifestealer. It's going to be Tamar Wild, or otherwise known as Crazy. Going to be playing that Brewmaster with NS playing the Shadow Demon. Smiley or ars-art is going to be playing that Keeper of the Light. And the last least is KSI once again. He is going to be on the Batrider, and he is going to be seemingly going mid lane, but I don't think that's going to be the case. No, it's not. Maybe he just forgot to buy some stuff, or is going to go into the jungle and they're just going to leave the top lane over. No, I think he's going to go leave the top lane over, but open, that is, sorry.
The battle begins.
Terrible. But I have my doubts about if that's really the right thing to do. I mean, Phantom Assassin, great hero. The thing about it is though, before she's level 6 and even when she's level 6, she can't really do that much. She needs farm, and if you're gonna let her free farm, I mean, load of free farming, it's really not something that you should be really happy about doing. But apparently virtus.pro is quite happy to do that. And hopefully for them, they're gonna get more in return for it than they're gonna be giving up from it. And I think we're just gonna have to wait and see for that one.
Double damage.
But he'll be okay. I mean, basically the only place where people are reaching each other is in the mid lane, with Bulldog being just very safe and trying to get the creeps his way with Treants, but seemingly not successful so far. We have Aki helping out in the mid lane, and this is very successful. If they can stop Tamar Wild from getting that levels, it will be no Tidehunter that's going to be coming ahead, because levels is all that Brewmaster needs. Of course he wants to have a Blink Dagger at some point as well, but he can get those. He can get that with the gold that he gets from the splits that he does. Looks like Aki is gonna try to go for a courier here. Already waiting for that. No gold yet up on the Brewmaster though. Needs to have some more last hits, and they know that too. But S4 doesn't want to give it to him, not willingly anyway. But now he has enough gold for a bottle. Courier is gonna be on its way. 2 bottles. This is if this courier dies right now, that would be such a big loss, because not only will the mid be lost basically because the courier dies, but it is a KSI that will also lose his bottle. KSI's gonna get his bottle first. Well, lucky for him. And there he goes. Oh dear courier. Oh dear courier. Ooh.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Well, at least KSI got his bottle. So that is lucky for him. If he was gonna, if Tamar Wild said, no, I need my bottle first, let it go to me, then it would have been even worse. But this time it's, I mean, okay, you can't really lose the jungle, so that's, I guess, that point is not really that big of an issue for KSI, but it's a big issue for Tamar Wild. He basically gets his last hits mostly with his clap and, you know, the harassment that he can do with the clap, just to force S4 to not come too close, etc. But he can't do that, and he can't really take that much harassment anymore because he doesn't have a bottle to do anything with it, and he's gonna not have a bottle for 3 full minutes, and that's a very long time at the start of a game, in the mid lane especially. In the meantime, it is indeed Bulldog that decided it's not going to work to pull creeps behind his tower, so it's going to be him to farm in the jungle, so he's going to be getting some experience there. So it means that this lane is the only lane that we're going to be seeing people indeed playing PvP, basically. And I'm kind of waiting for a gank, and I think that's going to be coming from No Tidehunter before it's going to come from virtus.pro. Purely because of the hero composition. I mean, you've got yourself an Impale as followed up by a Light Strike Array. It will be very strong to have, but it looks like they're gonna go for a push first. With I mean, the combinations for these two, they're not as strong as the double stun from
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
From No Tidehunter. Illuminate's gonna fly through, trying to stop the push from happening. He's not gonna be able to stop it that much though. Fortification is gonna help.
Fortified.
That's for
Radiant's
sure.
top tower is under attack.
Tamer Wild level 4 with S4 being level 5. Curious to see if he's going to be picking up that Sonic Wave when he gets level 6. That's kind of in the case that he is going to be trying to go for a kill already. As we see some harassment up on Smile, but he's going to be fine.
Tower is under attack.
The tower continues to be taking harassment, and his PA is just making sure that the creep wave is not going to reach it, so that the creep wave from the dire side has free reign into attacking that tower.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And that is going to be a bit of a gold advantage for No Tidehunter. Well, I say that now, but of course that courier already was a bit of a small tower money going the way of No Tide, so they're going to be pulling up even more ahead as we're seeing them dropping towards, well, dropping as in the gold graph goes down, but that's in favor of No Tidehunter. It's going towards the 2.5k gold in their favor
Dire's
with one tower and one courier kill.
Attack.
In the meantime, we see Brewmaster. I mean, he's on 8 for 0. He does have a bit of mana to land that clap and get some harassment in, but it is like, now he's done again. He's got himself boots, great. He got himself one last hit with that, with all the mana that he spent. But S4, he's got himself 31 last hits, 17 denies, and he has almost got level 6, while Brewmaster, oh actually, his experience is not even doing that bad. Oh dear. They're gonna try to go for a gank, or maybe, oh god, the Radiant Courier has respawned. Now they know it's gonna be probably upgraded. Smiley's gonna go down. That's gonna be him dropping. First blood goes away. So that is Smile just giving his life for the courier. That's actually worth it. Unless the courier is not gonna be, never mind. It's gonna be diverted. It's gonna be paused. So they just basically gave their, yeah. I think that's actually worth it. I mean, his first blood, yeah, and Alina gets herself some extra gold, so it's never really too much fun to give that away, but it is way better to have your support dying and giving first blood than to have Tamer Wild without a bottle for another 3 minutes, and without boots as well for another 3 minutes. It's, you know, that those kind of things are pretty big. And he instantly feels more comfortable here, and he's gonna be having level 6. Sonic Wave picked up by S4, so that's gonna be him already maybe looking for something. He can't throw a Sonic Wave right now and have a kill actually. One more hit, bam, he gets it too. Flame Break, Illuminate, not gonna do that much anymore. S4 getting himself now definitely the advantage on the mid lane if he didn't have that already with that courier snipe. And it's gonna be No Tidehunter pulling up ahead even more so. But then again, we saw this happening in the previous game as well. No Tidehunter, they were ahead in the first game. At some point, virtus.pro started to get together, started to go for some team fights, and No Tidehunter, they just couldn't pull it straight.
Dire's bottom tower.
We have got KSI continuously farming in that jungle, and he is gonna be seeing that the stupid magic immune creeps are gonna be annoying for him, but he's gonna be building towards Blink Dagger, of course. So that's gonna be when he is gonna be starting to come out of the jungle. He did pick up his lasso already, so should someone come close, should there be an opening, he can TP, I hope for him. Yeah, he can TP and then get himself into that fight. So that will definitely help, but he probably wants his Blink Dagger before it really starts to be actively involved there. In the meantime, we have got Loda happily farming. He's doing really well also on the net worth. He is second highest first team, Queen of Pain being highest for that one. But, you know, I mean, PA, we don't normally see a PA as a carry, and there's a reason for that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like PA because... well, I like PA because of the very reason... Oh, wait a second. No, he's gonna be splitting, and there's the Impale Light Strike. They go for the Shadow Demon since they can't go for anybody else, and they try to back off. EGM popping a Spike Carapace. That's a split wasted, by the way, for the Brewmaster. So they're just gonna wait until it's over, as we're still seeing disruption. Gonna help Shadow Demon keep alive, and Impale still goes through. Doesn't matter. Aki's stun is there as well. It is gonna be another kill going the way of Aki. And that is S4 very low, but he's gonna be trying to go for a rune. Sees that it's top a regen run because he's lucky. So the thing I was gonna say is, like, I like the PA as a carry. For the same reason, it's actually a bad choice. It's not an ideal choice.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
No. There is a high random factor involved. And high random factors, I mean, it kind of goes together a bit with high risk, high reward, and that's the same thing. This is, you know, you have a risk that you're not going to be hitting crits, but if they do, wow, then it's amazing, and then you can have some big plays. But it's all about, it's dependent on luck, and that's something that is not really ideal to have. I feel like in a carry. But if No Title can continue to keep control of this game the way they have been, then it doesn't really matter which kind of carry you have, No Challenger being, because if you can make sure that you're going to be ahead anyway, then you should be ahead on your carries as well. In the meantime, it is of course the Lifestealer who's been free farming as well. I mean, he's got most net worth right now of everybody, and he's building towards an armlet. He's got 73 for 16 lasted. Some of them are jungle creeps, but it doesn't really matter. It's still quite high, and I mean, he's doing really well as well. The one thing that he is going to be having issues with is the evasion that Phantom Assassin has, if he indeed gets close. And the thing is, of course, also, I mean, as a Phantom Assassin, it's very easy to kite a Lifestealer around, because you've got that Blink Strike, or whatever it's called. Phantom Strike, well, it looks like a Blink Strike. And, Sentry Ward. So, explain this to me, right? This is a sentry ward. Now, it just vanished, but that was a sentry ward. So, Brewmaster saw that Nyx Assassin in his invis sitting there the entire time. To be seen. There's the last 2 hits on the PA. And Airman gets himself a kill, but I don't think the Brewmaster should have died there. Why did he stick around? Were they trying to counter-initiate there? Was he trying to pretend he didn't see EGM? Well, in that case, success, because EGM didn't think he was being seen and he got himself a kill. And now, I think No Time Hunter will never know that there actually was a sentry ward to see him. 1700 gold up on S4. I'm kind of curious to see what he's going to go for first. Never mind, I see it. It's going to be the Orchid. And that's of course to counter that Brewmaster from splitting. Well, you know, if he gets nuked down before he splits, then it's all fine as well. But
bottom tower is under attack.
By the way, that kill on the Phantom Assassin was the first kill that virtus.pro got. And she's gone back to farming on the safe lane again. And Loda's building towards Battle Fury, of course. I mean, if you are gonna have a hero based on luck, you better make sure that that luck that you're gonna have is gonna be the biggest luck in history of time. It's gonna be hitting on more than just one target, right? And that's the reason why Battle Fury is amazing, because the crit also transfers into other stuff that you are hitting on the sidelines with the Battle Fury, etc. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even though I can't really explain it apparently all too well. EGM, 3 assists for him. He's got himself mana boots. Not doing too bad. Level 8. He's gonna be Vendetta again. A sentry ward up again, but you know. Last time we pretended he didn't see him. Maybe he's gonna be doing the same thing again. Nah, they already know. Well, they knew that he was there that time as well. EGM. Maybe this time he's gonna be paying disruption. And they back off. Illuminate flying through. Vendetta ran out, but then I was broken at least. Loda's still coming very high up here, but he knows the disruption is on cooldown, so he knows he can't really get anything done here. Is he gonna be able to try and pick up? He's gonna be able to pick up the Shadow Demon and picks himself up the smile as well. And there is a lasso. It's gonna hit up on EGM, who is gonna go down for it. So at least a return kill for virtus.pro, but they did see 2 of their supports getting dropped for just 1 support in return. But that is gonna be no time until getting another victory trade in the mid lane. And there's only well, the towers are actually even. One tier 1 tower down on each side. His airman is trying to clear out all the treants. Fun times for him. His net worth is still spiking, but as we can see, I mean, the top 4, I mean, yes, he is doing best of everybody, but he is being followed by 3 of no Tidehunter, so I'm not sure how effective it actually is, and if he can actually be farmed enough to take on everybody of those, because, I mean, Phantom Assassin, of course, a real carry, Queen of Pain, a decent semi-carry, as well as the Nature's Prophet, also a decent semi-carry. Sentry Ward's going up all over the place. Does that actually scouts that out, I think. Yeah, I think it does. Anyways, let's see what No Tidehunter is up to, because, you know, if you look at their lineup, you think, you know, the Phantom Assassin, Jesus, Phantom Assassin, is gonna be the one that, you know, late game. That's what you think when you see a Phantom Assassin. At the same time, you see a Nyx, a Queen of Pain, and a Nature's Prophet. You think, ooh, aggression. At least that's what I think that way.
With me.
Apparently my brain works that way. They've been, never mind, they are gonna be aggressive, but they have been trying to go for aggression and then not getting that much in return for it. They're gonna be trying to go for the bottom lane. We see that there's nobody there. But No Tidehunter is gonna bank on someone trying to come bottom to defend that, as 4 is gonna try to get revenge for his teammate that just died. It's gonna be KSI that's gonna be able to TP out though, and it's an airman that is gonna be running for his life. He doesn't have a TP score, but he does have a nice path that he has through the jungle. And it is gonna be the smoke that is right now, right here. Let's see what they can do. They're gonna be going for the support. It's gonna be Smile that he's gonna be going for first. One hit needed, Disruption is gonna try to help out. Life Striker Ray hits on the Shadow Demon, and a double kill for Aki, who's now 4-0 for 0. Dominating for Aki right now, and that was the second time, by the way, that Loda went down there on the top lane. Not too great, but as long as EGM keeps the control, I mean, basically what they try to do is buy time for Loda, so, you know, the more success No Tidehunter has, the more failing margin Loda has, basically, depending on how much time has been bought by No Tidehunter to virtus.pro. virtus.pro, on the other hand, I mean, they are slightly behind this game, of course. I mean, they're going to be going to face 7,500 gold soon in deficit. Experience graph, not that big of a difference, though. Even though there has been, of course, 5 kills difference, 2k experience difference is really not that much. And most of the fights that they have had have been without the Lifestealer, and the ones that were with the Lifestealer, well, he is 3-0, so it is definitely not going too bad for him, and he is of course the guy that's supposed to be carrying it all. And if you're going here for 5-on-5 team fights and Tameawat actually can get his ulti off, of course that's going to be depending on the Queen of Pain's Orchid, which is not complete. But if he gets his ulti off, he'll still be of a big impact on the game, regardless of how much he's been shut down at the early game. As we have got themselves a Bat Rider with a Blink Dagger with an Infest. Let's see if they can try to pick up S4 right here, and they're gonna, there's gonna be the last two, but KSI, he's gonna be bursted down. S4 is still gonna be able to blink himself away, and they're gonna Laguna Blade, Sonic Wave, everything that's used of an airman. They want to take him down. There's a Blink Strike and a kill. A double kill going the way of EGMs. Nyx Assassin, Illuminate's gonna fly through, just harassing, but they can't do anything to help their teammate anymore, because he is gone for. And that aggression coming up from virtus.pro just might have cost them a lot more than they bargained. Because of course, I mean, they lost 2 heroes, it happens. But they lost so much control with that, because that Nyx Lifestealer was such a big part of their, I was gonna say future, but of their game, that having him die only once alone could be costing them way more. I mean, they are not gonna be able to do this again. Probably not, at least for now. Until they feel more in favor of the initiations like that, or until they have more vision and know what they're going to be actually blinking themselves into, because that was basically unknown. We saw them blinking into a tier 2 tower, and there were so many people with no time understanding around there that, you know, it's like, do you really want to do that? I have my doubts. But they're probably going to be a lot more careful now, and that could cost them even more than just that kill. But we're going to find out, we're going to see. As map control wise, I mean, they're still trying to hold on. They have got the middle or rune spot Roshan warded as Aki and EGM walk through that. I did see a blink. I didn't see what color it was, but of course, I mean, you don't really see smoked people unless you actually look at the location. And Blinky and Lasso gonna hit an S4. He's gonna be able to make some weight. He's gonna get support here as well. Here they come. Gonna go for Taimon. He's already getting silenced up. Can't split. Goes down. Can I get another? Impale hits up on NS. And NS taking a lot of damage, but gonna be able to save her life for now. And then a Demonic Purge up on S4. Uses his stick charges. Gets himself alive. Illuminate flying through. We do have still NS going down, but at least he picked up the Queen of Pain with that as well. Laguna Blade, Impale, and that's another kill up on Airman. Double kill for Loda, the first 2 kills of his game, and that is going to be the Battle Fury showing for itself. 1700 gold in his inventory, and he is doing really well, at least compared to the Lifestealer. I mean, net worth, he is now slightly ahead, and it's going to be even further ahead, as there's not going to be enough farm for, or there's not going to be any farm for Airman for another 30 seconds. But that is going to be no Tidehunter. If they weren't already ahead, well, now they definitely are. 10k gold, over the 10k gold, and with that fight, 10k experience. And that's just because they were also able to pick up that Lifestealer with that one. And basically, they only lost the Queen of Pain in return. And Queen of Pain, by the time that she died, she was around here-ish. And the fight was around here-ish. And the most of people from virtus.pro were already backed up, so they didn't get the experience from it. Only Shadow Demon got it, and Shadow Demon was actually dead. So, I mean, experience-wise, that's also pretty big. We do, of course, have the Lifestealer being the highest level in the game. So, when Nocturnal killed off the Lifestealer, they killed off the highest level in that game. So, they get a lot of experience in return for that one. As we still have Shadow Demon at the lowest level of the game, level 6. And it looks like virtus.pro is going to have a lot more difficulty taking back their game this game than they had previous game. As we saw them previous game just trying to go for comeback as well, or at least having to make comeback after not being in favor for the game, for the start of the game. And that time they were able to do that, but this time I'm not sure if they can. KSI is gonna try, there's gonna be blinking himself in on Bulldog, who's gonna get lassoed. Infest helps out, Mechanism helps him stay alive. Bulldog doesn't have a way to get himself away. I mean, no Shadow Blade just yet. Did pick up the Shadow Amulet before he died. That's at least something, but that's all that he has for now. And next time maybe he's gonna be getting away that time. Slightly too ballsy on the wrong side of the map with split pushing. I mean, it happens. In the meantime, though, I mean, they didn't even try to go further on the tower with that TP back. It's the tier 1 tower that's still standing. Well, you would argue that towers at this stage... Well, sorry. Towers at this stage would actually be very nice to have. Just purely because of the... Of the gold that you get mostly for your supports, because they need those core items. Look at the inventory of Shadow Demon. He's got boots, he's got a magic stick. I mean, it's fine for support, but 20 minutes in, he wants to get himself something like a bracer perhaps, and he has been forced to spend money on the wards, and I mean, he's been doing that, and that's all fine, but you know, getting himself some survivability is not all bad. Same thing goes for the Keeper of Light, who still doesn't have his mechanism, even though he is building towards it. And if they're going to be forced to fight like this, and if they're going to be actually having the better team fight on paper with a Brewmaster split, well, then they should be able to make sure that they live through those bursts that no Titan can do, and then go for the team fight that they should be better on. And the reason, or the thing that they need to be able to do that is a mechanism. And Keeper of Light still needs about 800 gold for that. Sentry Ward goes down. EGM noticed that though as Bad Rider goes down again. Same combination again. Infest, Lasso, and Bulldog going down for the second time, same scenario. As we do have the push coming off from no Tidehunter on the oh, never mind, on NS, who's gonna try to TP himself out. Don't think he's gonna be able to do that though. Nope, he can. Killing spree for Loda.
Death at my hands is an honor.
2200 gold up on his inventory, while he has got the Helm of the Dominator already, so he's farming reasonably fast, and he is now on top of the net worth. The gold per minute wise, he is also on top of his class, and Lifestealer is still second, but he's been dying now a couple of times, twice. And his farm has been diminished slightly. He has been able to free farm, and he has been able to get some assists on the kills that have been picked up on Bulldog, but
is under attack.
those are not going to be happening forever, because Bulldog absolutely knows what's coming, so... It's going to be tough for him to get back to his former stage of farm, I think. But we'll see, we'll find out. No Tidehunter first. Gonna be going for the Roshan, who will battle for this. I think virtus.pro, they do have the Brewmaster split, but they are so far behind right now that they can't really fight, and they know that too, so they're not even gonna try. It's gonna mean that they're gonna be having to deal with Loda with its ages though, and that's not really something that you want to be looking forward to. At the same time, I feel like they should have done something to try and take in return. They didn't know Roshan was taken down, I mean, fair enough. But maybe trying to take a tower in return would have been nicer, but they couldn't do anything anymore. And they actually back off the moment they realize that Roshan has been taken down. And they seem a bit out of a loss about what they're actually going to be doing right now. They're sticking together because, you know, you don't want to be getting picked off. You want to be doing the picking off. And that's kind of hurting their farm as well. But it might be exactly what they need to be victorious, to actually get those pick-offs going and make sure that no Tidehunter doesn't feel comfortable enough to push into tier 2 towers, let alone to push into tier 3 targets. Go Scepter up on Aki, of course. That's the one thing you can do against the Lifestealer. It's not really ideal though. Like, okay, it's nice against Lifestealer, but you have to be really careful that you not pop it at the wrong time, because one Illuminate to go through when you have your Go Scepter active, that's not gonna be good. Hey, Mechanism done on the Keeper of Light. So we do see a push coming off from the mid lane. We're gonna see a tier 2 tower trade for tier 1. On the top lane, virtus.pro finally getting themselves some gold. I mean, even if you trade right now, tier 2 for tier 1 is not bad. And they're not even gonna have to trade it apparently. Illuminate will clear out some of the creeps, and S4 backs himself off. And the Treants will back off as well, because they don't want to put the tower in the deny range, but the Sea Script will do that for them. As, whoa. S4 jumps himself away from the Bad Rider. But yeah, tower gonna get the deny.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
Not too bad indeed. Also Go Scepter up on the Nyx, same story for him, of course, has to be careful, etc. Also Go Scepter on the Queen of Pain. It's gonna be making the Nyx almost completely lose. It's gonna be forcing him to attack Loda, which is not the target that he wants to attack, because...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Blink Lasso, EGM! Sentry wards are there, here comes his teammates though, it's gonna be too late to save him, but maybe they can do something in return. Sonic Wave going through. Buyback already from the Nyx. He can be real fast because of that tier 1 tower. The split is there from the Brewmaster though. Can he get something done? Loda getting stunned up. Blink strikes himself towards the Keeper of Light, who indeed goes down. It is going to be the Aegis that gets him back up though. EGM staying alive for now, popping his Ghost Scepter, able to stay alive through Airman's harassment. There he goes again. That's a crit, and that's all that he needed to get a double kill. And they're going to be trying to go for more. They're going to be finding Tame My Wild. Silence is up there, but the damage is not enough. Never mind, it is. He dies in his base. With the TP out still coming from the Shadow Demon. He was able to get himself alive, just like the Bad Rider was, but no Tidehunter. They are pushing forward, and they are really, really keen on forcing out that game number 3. As this is, of course, game number 2 of the Ritmix Russian Dota 2 League. And they're looking to be taking their first tier 3 tower here, maybe even more, even though I'm not sure if they can actually do that. We do have the Blink Dagger up again on the bat, and with the Blink Dagger, I basically need the last 2 in 7 seconds. Illuminate will fly through. Nice by Carapace trying to help out. The Creep Wave is almost gone, but oh, Blink, of course. No last 2 that time. Illuminate's gonna be, and actually Bulldog. Should you really stand there? I don't think so. He's gonna be shadow blading himself away, but the barracks still go down. That's the one that they went for. That's the one that they got. Shadow Demon still gets the last hit up on the Nature's Prophet, of course, with the Shadow Poison. He was just standing there taking that Shadow Poison, and the Shadow Blade didn't give him enough freedom to get away from the Shadow Poison. Maybe that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Infest KSI. Let's see what they can do with that.
Radiant's top
looking for a way in, looking for an opening. We see the Queen of Pain on the wrong side of that heal, but she's gonna be fine unless now they know that she's there. And he's gonna fly there, and he sees her soon. But S4 is gonna be continuing to blink, so they won't catch up with her anymore. And the rest of no Tidehunters are on the wrong side of the map. In the meantime, still one tier 1 tower standing on the side of no Tidehunter, and we just saw what big impact that could have. I mean, EGM, he went down, of course, very early of the fight that went on when he got scouted up by the sentry. But the moment he realized that fight's gonna be big, he made sure he bought back, and could be back in the fight in no time, because all he had to do was TP to that tower, walk across the river, and he was there. And that's, of course, of a great help there, and That is some kind of luxury that Virtus.pro can't have, because they don't have those towers anymore. They have no outer towers, and they only have 2 tier 3 towers left standing as well. I mean, they can still teleport to their base, but that's about it. There's a loser. Oh, he actually gets a kill. Never mind, I didn't think he was gonna get that. Bulldog throws up Airman, but he eats himself through. Nick's Prophet is gonna bounce through, and it's gonna help him kill him off. There we go. No armlet toggling for him. And those PA illusions, by the way, were actually critting up on the Lifestealer. I was actually gonna think that the loader was gonna have that, but I guess that's the downside of having a luck-based hero. I mean, if he was more lucky, then he would have been able to get himself a kill, but no can do, and Airman actually gets himself a kill upon the PA, and that was a big kill for him as well. And he's got himself the MKB ready. Of course, we saw him building that already, and that is the must-go-to item if you're up against the PA. I guess that's one of the upsides if you pick PA. You force your opponent into a certain item build because of if they want to be evading the evasion, I know, pun intended, then you're gonna be having to need to build a MKB disruption. So Catcher has blinks himself just out though, but it's Tamerbot that blinks him afterwards. Goes after trying to help out Sonic Wave together with Aki, cleans out KSI's Bad Rider. And that's gonna be them stopping the push-in, but also getting a kill on the back of that. And with no lasso, that's actually not that much risk for them if they really want to go for something. At the same time, they're still the split up on Timberwell. And he actually got himself a Gem of True Sight to control E-Gem a bit, of course, on his Nyx Assassin. But Nyx Assassin got his own Gem of True Sight. Well, that's interesting. Gonna be seeing all those wards on the map drop very fast with that ward and those wards and those wards and that ward. Okay, my drawing is amazing. Anyways, that is gonna be something that for both teams is gonna be helping out a lot. Of course, if both of the teams do it, it's still gonna be in favor of No Talent because they have the towers standing there and that's gonna be their vision. But if you take away the vision of your opponent team, that's gonna be putting you slightly ahead, apart from the towers that are still standing. But at least it's going to be giving Virtus.pro a bit more freedom if they know that they're not being watched. And they will find out that they're watched if they're actually going to find those wards. Same about finds one on the edge there. Let's see where Aki is going to go. He has to be careful though, like one blink in lasso. But he is being, guarded. Virtus.pro hanging around. Got only 4 heroes of No Challenger in this jungle though. And Virtus.pro, they want to take down the tier 1. Okay, they can't take down this tier 1 for sure. No question about it.
Dire structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under
there
attack.
they go. Lincoln's being popped in S4, but the lasso is still gonna be there, and she is gonna be dropping there. No, she's not. S4 blinks himself away. It is gonna be EGM that's gonna be going down as the first one. Brewmaster Split helping out with that one. Nice strike array upon NS, who goes down to Aki. It is gonna be Bulldog that's gonna be trying to go for Airman as he is gonna get bursted down by the looks of it. Yes, he is. Here comes Loda though. Can he get something done? Wants to blink after Airman. Can do that actually. Should be able to. Just needs a vision. Needs a strike. And that's gonna be him going down for sure. One Vendetta helping out. There we go. Bulldog coming in to block the pathway. And at the end of the game, at the end of the fight, it is No Chance that pulls out ahead, but they did buy back the Nyx for that as well as Bulldog. So they get two buybacks to win that fight. It is actually worth it, especially if they're going to be getting something in return for it, like either Roshan is a bit too far away, but maybe a tier 3 tower or something like that. The Lifestealer is dead for another 40 seconds. Maybe they can force out a buyback from him as well, as he does have that. The Illuminate's going to try to stop them from going. Bulldog is teleporting in. He doesn't care. There's the buyback. There's Tamerbot. They know that the ulti's on cooldown. KSI has got himself a lasso again in 3 seconds. Here comes Airman. Opens up on Loda, who blinks himself out of there. Out of the Sprout. Now goes up on Loda. Sonic Wave. Dragon's Blade. Laguna Blade. Out of his range for just a second. I'm paying for it as we also have got an S dropping for the second time in just a short period of time. Well, I guess the same thing can be said for the Nyx, as we have got the Keeper of Light getting bursted down. Tamar Wild running for his life. Dragon's Blade going to help out, and they're going to be able to pick him off just before he gets to the base. Gem falls on the floor, but I don't think No Time is going to be caring because they are going to be getting the GG, and this is going to be going to game 3. I know, right? It rhymes. I know, it's amazing. So we are going to be seeing a game number 3 between No Tidehunter and Virtus.pro. This is the winner's bracket match for the Ritmix Russian Dota 2 League. The winner of this match will be going on to the winner's bracket finals against an opponent that is as of yet unknown. And the loser of this match will be fighting up against either Rox or Mouse Sports, a match that will be played tomorrow at 4:30 or 16:30 CT time, same time as this match was today. So stick around for game number 3 because it should be a really good one, as both of these teams have demonstrated why they are called one of the top teams in Europe. Both of them actually. And we'll see which one is going to be getting ahead. If you want to support me, you can follow me on twitter.com/SheeverGaming. Also, if you want to have any questions answered in my vlog that I'm going to do for giving a bit of attention for that I've been casting for a year now, you can send them to my Twitter and I will be reading them and I will be trying to answer them all in the vlog. If you want to support me further, you can always check out my website SheeverGaming.com, and you can check out the roster there of all the matches of today and tomorrow, and of course the archive with all the VODs of all the games. And I do mean all the games, not just the ones that I cast. Anyway, let's jump ourselves into the next match, and we'll be back with you soon. Don't go anywhere.